When I was a kid, I had a poster of that on my bedroom wall. Sadly, in the 1980s, nobody dreamt about American cars because they weren't very good. It was all about European supercars. Porsche 959, Lamborghini Countach, and of course, the Ferrari Testarossa. We're kicking off the new season with the odd couple. Meet Ferrari's sublime 812 Superfast, which, thanks to its glorious 6.5-liter, 789-horsepower V12, is the most powerful series production Ferrari ever. It's going up against the Dodge Challenger Hellcat Redeye. The Redeye features an ever so slightly detuned Demon motor that still makes more power than the most powerful Ferrari you can buy. 797 grunty horses to be precise. The price difference? Pretty close to 92 grand versus $475,000. Obviously, these two cars are continents, if not worlds apart. But we're talking about teenage fantasies here. Nothing has to make actual sense. The question is, which one of these two almost 800 horsepower dream machines will our kids want stuck to their bedroom walls? That's what we're here to discover. Of course, like all great journeys of discovery, ours begins at a drag strip. Come on!
Johnny Liebman, where have you brought me?
I brought you to beautiful Phoenix, Arizona, to a drag strip.
It's awesome, but why are we here?
When we were kids, all a poster car had to do was look pretty on a poster.
True.
These days, with social media and the internet, like, the cars actually have to perform. And we're talking about a Ferrari that makes 789 horsepower and a Dodge that makes 797 horsepower. These are the two most powerful street cars you can buy. So they better do something in the quarter mile, right?
Okay, well, these are my people, so I'm gonna hide in the Hellcat.
Yeah, before they skin you and eat you.
And maybe this drag surface will give me a chance.
Yeah, worst of luck.
Thank you.
Now, in order to run quicker than 11.5,
Yeah.
do you have your current registration and insurance with you?
So here's the deal. We decided that even though the Ferrari will no doubt roast the Redeye like a duck, we'd make it 2 out of 3 wins the drag race. Driver error, reaction time, street tires on VHT, all these elements come into play once the tree goes green. More importantly, since I'm sick of losing to death row all the time, I demanded to be in the Superfast.
Time to get beaten by a Ferrari.
So we were signed on and ready to go. I'd have the power advantage in the Redeye, but the Ferrari is nearly 700 pounds lighter, and Johnny is taking this very seriously. So much so, he didn't talk for several minutes, which may be a record.
Okay, journey into the unknown. Redeye, prep surface. This is about to be humiliation. Let's do some racing.
Start line right now. They are rolling up to the start line.
If you ever decide to drag race your Ferrari, there's a little bit of an issue. Since the 812 can't do a standing burnout, there's almost no way to get heat into the tires. Kind of a necessity when you're running on a prep surface.
Wow, that's cool, look.
My plan was I'd bypass the water box, back up as far as possible, and with everything switched off, whack the throttle in the mostly futile hope of creating a little bit of heat. And yes, it required total concentration, so I kept my mouth shut.
Johnny, hold on.
Uh-oh. Johnny's just tried to do a burnout, but at the wrong time, been told off. It's because he's in a Ferrari. If I'd have done that in the Hellcat, they would have been cool with it. Good burnout. Yeah, it felt good. I think I don't know if I got the launch right.
Yeah, I hit the limiter. I actually launched with no wheel spin. I think you could probably use traction control, launch control actually on that.
Fire target?
Yeah, I have a fire suit, yeah.
You need to be wearing it, okay?
Okay, cool.
Thank you very much.
So I ran an 11.03 at
133.09.
Nice one then, mate. Nearly in the tens.
I did a 12.035.
That's pretty good because I hit the limiter, so I would have easily been in the 11. So, was it a clear second?
I got you by more than a second. You were 500ths of a second. No, thousandths. They really go down to the number there.
Okay, so the story of my run was really good burnout.
It was a great burnout.
You got told off for going to
I got yelled at. I got yelled at twice on one run. Which
so I did an awesome burnout.
Yeah.
And then the thing actually has so much traction. I was shocked. Like second gear, I didn't use launch control or anything, and I could have used loads more revs. And then I was so excited that I got off the line well. I hit the limiter like twice. So I think I did a 12.035 at 118.8. I reckon I would easily have been 3/10 quicker if I hadn't kept hitting the limiter.
So my reaction time was a half second, which is not good. But I swear I came off right at the right time.
11.03 at 133, the first time you've ever run it down a drag strip.
No, it's good. It's good. No, it's a monster car. Look at that. That is 300ths of a second off of a 10-second run.
It was, yeah.
That's frustrating, actually.
Doesn't mean anything, but you know,
I know.
I'm going to throw this away.
But you want to get into the 10s.
I might regret this, but I've activated launch control, set the RPM to a whopping 1,400 RPM. I just want to get in the 11s.
The Ferrari's a nightmare because there's no way to get the tires hot. It can't do a standing burnout. Just if you have the brakes on, it just cuts power.
Johnny's gone from being quite defeatist and will never hook up to on top of the world that he nearly ran a 10. If he does run a 10, God, never hear the end of that one. Yes, here we go. Yeah, I need Johnny. I need to get everything right. I need Johnny to get everything wrong.
Got my fire suit. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
10.85, baby!
That is so annoying.
At this stage, it's pretty obvious that the Ferrari is unassailable. It ran a 10.85 at 134 miles an hour, and I went backwards thanks to either terrible launch control or user error, probably the latter. Anyway, I couldn't leave with a final pass of 12.6 seconds, so we went for one last go.
Okay, second gear.
Freaking hell, that car was quick. Better launch though. Yeah, that felt better. Yeah, that was close.
There you go. Yeah. Good job. Jethro got into the 11s, which
I
is
lost.
great.
I lost, but I feel like a winner because I got into 11s. Talk about skin of my teeth.
Yeah.
11.998 at 125.4, but my reaction time is 0.67. No, 0.067. Which might mean I was anticipating a little bit, but
You know what they call that in drag racing?
ninja
A fluke.
drag racing.
A fluke.
Ninja drag racing.
Yeah.
That's Ferrari 3, Redeye 0. But both cars held their own against some pretty crazy machinery. One of them in the 11s, the other down in the 10s. Not a bad Saturday. I'll even go so far as to claim that the Ferrari won over some hearts and minds along the way.
Look, I gotta say this. When we got here, I noticed everybody at the drag strip, they were just focused on the Redeye, right? Everyone's taking pictures. Nobody cared about the Ferrari at all. Then runs the 11, and it's like, wait a second. Then it runs the 10A5, and people are walking up like, what is that? What's in that? And to that point, for a naturally aspirated car to run in the 10s, brave new world. Never seen this before. It's crazy.
We wanted to find out if these cars had substance to go with the style. They do, absolutely. Now we need to find some real-world testing on a real road, preferably closed, obviously, but a semi-real world test.
To
Road
discover
car.
how fast can you hit a cactus?
Johnny has a pathological hatred of Arizona, but I've got to say, it has some killer roads. This one is maybe a size small for the Ferrari and a couple for the Redeye, but it turns out every road is pretty damn good in an 812 Superfast.
Wow, what a thing! Oh, that screaming it does. Ah!
I have to say, I am an extremely cynical man, and I like to be cynical about Ferraris. And then you get in this car, and the engine, it's just absolutely on it, this thing, isn't it? And there's nothing like it. Big V12, celebrates crazy engines, crazy horsepower, and forget all the tech and forget all the talk you normally hear on new cars about downforce and all that crap. It's like we have an 800 horsepower V12. Well, let's put it into context. So we talk about the great engines. Think of like McLaren F1.
Yeah.
6.1 litre V12, 627 horsepower.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the icon engine. This thing, 6.5 litre, 789 horsepower.
Revs to 9,000,
Yeah, revs to like
GT3.
9,000.
We're like, oh, the 6-cylinder GT3 is 9,000. Everyone's what they talk about. Oh, it's so great. It's like, this is a 12-cylinder that does the same thing.
It has a legitimate claim to be the best road car engine ever. I'm not saying it is, but
I mean, what's
one of them.
better?
This is the first of many big statements. The 812's freaky capability makes you wonder if you really need any other car. I'll go bigger. The Superfast makes you wonder if other supercars even matter. Billionaires have never had it so good.
But, you know, the thing about the Superfast is, unlike like the F12, it's just not frumpy. Like, those are almost like old man cars in a way. This thing, the steering, it's as sharp as a 488, maybe sharper. The brakes are incredible. It's just, it's a sports car.
It's not a GT.
No.
That's what's weird about it. You think, because it's front engine, you think of it as like a sort of DB11 on steroids or something like that, but it's a totally different car. It's rabid. It's completely wild. Can we talk about the gearbox? Because it is insane.
Yeah.
You touch the paddle, and it feels like it's changed gear before you even get there. It makes PDK almost feel lazy. Do you know what I mean? It's just nuts.
And it's again one of those things where Porsche gets all the credit, you know, like oh, PDK is the best, blah blah. I think people just, I don't know why they just forget about Ferrari. And again with the F12, when I say I didn't like the car, the engine's basically the same engine, basically the same gearbox, a generation back. Those parts were brilliant, and now they're even sharper and quicker and rev higher and more power.
So just the way it turns
turns is a shock. It doesn't feel front engine almost. If you were, and this sounds ridiculous, if you were blindfolded, don't do that at home. But the way the car reacts, it feels almost like a mid-engine car.
I was gonna say, it feels like a McLaren, like the 720 sort of has steering like this. So direct. You gotta, slow your roll when you're doing it because it's much sharper than you think. Because the engine's right here. I have my hand on the engine. It's like, it's in the cabin. It's ridiculous.
And they've got the rear wheel steer dialed in.
It's fair to say then that the 812 Superfast is completely bewitching on the road. So sharp, so exciting, such a sense of occasion. It even has Johnny questioning his love for the Aventador. This is huge news.
I love the SVJ. I love it, I love it, I love it. They're great, but like, this one you could almost go to a gas station and not have to talk to anybody. You could almost fill it up in peace.
It just does, like, it does everything. It's super cool. It is like freefall. It is a supercar. That's the thing. You think it's going to be a sophisticated GT, and it can just about dial back and do that. But Ferrari just seem, no matter what they do, they push and push and push and push and make the thing sharp. And this car feels like the product of the people who built 458 Speciale or Pista or whatever. They have this mindset, and it doesn't matter if it's front engine, mid engine, whatever. That's what they deliver.
Oh.
It's epic.
So speaking of sophisticated GTs, is it time to get in the Redeye?
Johnny! Oh my God. Johnny!
What?
You are the most predictable juvenile man
What? You said warm
I
up,
have ever
man.
met. Get out of my car, I need to drive this
What,
thing.
you don't want me to stop doing burnouts so we can go drifting?
Yeah, maybe later. Oh my God. You've destroyed my car.
No, it's fine.
We couldn't have predicted how different two 800 horsepower, rear-wheel drive, front-engined monsters could be. They're just worlds apart.
Yes, but what I love, here's what I love, is that, so, we've had the Hellcat for a while now, and it's everything anyone's ever said about it. It's like, oh, I love the power. I just wish it could, like, stop. I wish the brakes were a little better. And Dodge is like, right, more power. We're like, no. What we want is sharper steering. Bigger supercharger. It's like, no. We want more grip. If it had more grip, it would be a greatest car. And they're like, right, more power. It's amazing.
I love it, but I have to say, they have a point. I mean,
Absolutely.
they've created their own thing. I love this thing.
Yeah, and again, it's not just, the horsepower gets all the headlines, right? 797, it's a Demon motor, minus 11 horsepower, really it's the same thing. But the torque is through the roof. It goes from 650 pound-feet to 707.
707.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's not just the wheels get hit, like the glove box has torque pouring out of it, there's torque coming out of the sunroof, there's torque right up here in the sun visors. I mean, it's just torque everywhere.
I think the Hellcat has this reputation for being terrible, like really terrible.
Right.
And it isn't. It's based on an old chassis.
So what?
It's not a Camaro, it's not super sharp, it's not an M4, but it's a beast, and it's got balance, and it's just hilarious. I mean, how much does it weigh? Like 15,000 pounds of fury.
Yeah, but 13,000 of that is the supercharger, so it's okay.
I think you have got to have a seriously hard heart to drive this car and not have the best time. I mean, it's absolutely crazy.
The other thing is, we talk about this all the time, like car, it doesn't sound good, like, the new Raptor has a V6, and even though it can like literally fly, the truck can actually fly. I hate it because of how it sounds. This is the best sounding thing. It's just so good. Like, you listen to that Ferrari V12 and you're like, the maestro is playing the operetta, and this thing's just like,
they've done is they've realised they're not competing with other people. They're doing their thing, and they've done it so well. And they've made it progressive and fun and stupid and as Larry as any car could be. And it's just lovable. Everything about this car is lovable. One thing I will say about this car, when we talk about Ferraris, we always disappear up our own backsides talking about, you know, striding across Europe.
Right, Paris to Berlin.
And because that Superfast has got so sharp and so sporty, arguably this is a better GT car. It's like comfier, it rides better. It's still got that like huge engine, unstoppable feel that you want when you're doing big journeys.
And unlike the Ferrari, this can actually calm down. So I totally agree with you. This is a better Grand Tourer than the Grand Touring Ferrari, you know? And it's
big statement.
Yeah, it is.
Hellcat Redeye.
It is.
Is the car.
It's a better GT.
I think you might be right, you know.
The question is, all right, sure, one's a better GT, one's a better sports car, but we're talking about dream cars here, right? Bedroom, poster, wall. Which one is it? Is it the green car or the yellow Ferrari?
Yeah, this has been bugging me, actually, because I've been thinking about this whole premise. There's no such thing as poster cars anymore. There's cars on YouTube with their tyres on fire, with people drifting, with people crashing. We got to give the people what they want.
I'm sensing this is not going to be a deep, thoughtful, intellectual conversation about tumble home and design.
No, there is no design.
No, you don't care about Pininfarina.
It's not me. I care about that.
Deeply.
It's the kids, it's the audience, it's the future enthusiasts, and that's who we're trying to talk to.
We're going to a drift track, is what you're saying.
We are heading to a drift track, but...
I'm shocked. Yeah.
But there is a twist, Johnny. There is a twist.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
You're doing the driving, my friend.
I thought we wanted to give the kids what they want.
Crashes.
Oh, crashes.
So we've got a simple course. We've got one circle over here. You drift around that to start with. That's how you learn. Easy, just one big circle. You'll master that in like 2 minutes flat. Once you have, we're going to link two circles. So a figure eight, you're going to do fully crossed up round one and then flick it the other way around the other. So if you nail this one, 50 points maximum, if your style is perfect. If you link the two, 100-point maximum. So we need to start small.
The BRZ, it's literally a quarter the horsepower, like 200 horsepower.
Mate, you are about to discover it's not what you've got, it's how you use it.
I feel like you've said that line many, many times in your life.
That's it. Yes, yes, yes. And look where you're going.
I'm looking.
That's it. Okay, stop.
You know, I'm a terrible student and I'm going to screw this up. All right, let me ask you this, though. Initiate it from the rear or initiate it by flicking it?
Turn the thing in, start to feel the understeer, and then sharply lift the throttle. And all that does, it takes the weight off the rear, puts the weight on the front, and then you've got the power to move the car, okay? Okay, let's do this. Yeah, so turn, lift.
Whoa!
Do it. Second. That's it. Oh, that one was keep your foot in.
I did. Yeah. I'm just doing everything wrong.
Maybe not. Wrong. Second. Power. That's.
Nope, that was not it at all.
Close.
I'm not really enjoying this, but you seem quite car sick, so I'm kind of enjoying that.
Power. Corrective. That's it. Now keep your foot in and power. Close. That was nearly a whole lap.
Did I ever tell you how much I hate driving instructors?
And remember, the Hellcat will be way easier because it'll slide so easy.
Right.
And you'll be able to do it in like third gear.
I never got the BRZ to quite do the do, but I had a few nice moments. If we were scoring this car, I'd give myself an easy 45. Maybe a smidge higher.
I reckon more like a 40, but hey, who's counting? Well, actually, we are now, because it is Redeye time. 4 times the power and all that torque. This should be easy.
Okay, Johnny, so think of it as a burnout, but going faster and more sideways. Manual gearbox. Third gear. This should be easy.
Do you think it would help if I preheated the tires a little bit?
No, but I know you're going to anyway.
God. Where have you been hiding? Oh, I love it.
All right, so now, to get I think that was 50 points, but to get the Hondo, I gotta do the other circle, right?
So when you go from one flick to the other way, you need to be quick with the steering, just let it go and it will find its position.
Okay, I'm going over it in my head, and it sounds like you're saying, like, do the drift, roll the car on its roof a few times, and just make sure my life insurance is paid up, right?
Just do it well, but not so well that you no longer need me. Oh my God, what's happened to Johnny? Okay, not bad. You just need to maintain that slide for longer than you think on the first circle. So just keep it running out there, then flick it. Hands off the wheel, off the pedals, and then get on it. I can't believe it. Look at it. It's on it. Okay, you're getting up there. I'll give that a 60.
So it turns out that essentially 800 horsepower is no big deal. In fact, it's an enabler. It's just what the doctor ordered. Hey Ma, look at me, I'm drifting. Maybe we don't need death row anymore.
Okay, Johnny, we know this car has every incredibly sophisticated piece of equipment known to mankind to allow you to slide it in complete control.
Right.
Just turn all that off.
Right. No more slip slide.
Yeah,
All right,
bumpy road mode, soft
Yeah.
suspension, bit
Yeah.
more progression, second gear,
Yeah.
give it death.
Okay, ready?
Do
Here we
it.
go.
I want to see 100.
Yeah. Jesus.
So it's got all the power and all the balance, but it's a completely different control interface, so it's trickier. Come on, Jonathan. I don't know that's his name. It's not Jonathan, is it? No. Sounds better.
Man, it's just like one dab of the power and it just...
Nailed it in the Hellcat.
This is considerably harder.
Liebman is back. Johnny Block is gone.
Just revs so fast, it just tosses the rear end out.
Good news is my job is still safe.
Well, at least it's only $500,000.
It's funny how the Hellcat and Johnny are like, they're made for each other. Big, loud, stompy, emits horrible gases a lot. That was 25 points. You're getting there. Timeout, maybe?
All right, you give it a go. You give it a go.
I've realised standing out here when someone else having fun is not actually very good.
Oh, you just realized that?
I'm going to go back
That's
to this.
one of the many reasons I hate you drifting all the time.
Second gear.
Yep, made me look bad in half a lap. Yeah, he's good. All right, that's 50 points, but now, you know, do the full 8. I mean, that's just crazy. Wow, yeah, pretty good. Okay, that's 100 points. Very well done. Those tires look like they're bleeding. I think it's just like melted black rubber.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah,
it is sharp, isn't it?
yeah.
But it's fun.
Well done. You know, like a true champion, you rose to the occasion. And so what have we discovered?
You are awesome at drifting a Hellcat,
Yes.
and the Ferrari is awesome. Full stop.
All right, I can live with that.
Jethro is completely correct. The Ferrari 812 Superfast is awesome. It ran in the 10s, no problem. It's as sharp as a McLaren 720S on the road, and its engine is the best you can buy today, perhaps ever. Yeah, The big Ferrari costs more than many houses, but you know what? It's worth it. Every damn cent. The 812 Superfast is a dream car, a poster car, an Instagram generation hero. It's everything a Ferrari is supposed to be. But dude, let's not forget about the Dodge. That Redeye held its own on the drag strip, made us howl with laughter out on the road, and even a klutz like me can drift it like a pro. Did I mention burnouts? No? Burnouts for days, baby. Hell, I want a poster of this thing on my wall.
But the rules are there's only one victor. And the winner of this head-to-head is the stupidly expensive, perfectly out of reach Ferrari 812 Superfast. After all, whoever heard of a poster car you can actually afford?